Those certainly aren't Ashlanders, not with those tails.
This is disturbing. I can't believe this. Why allow the Warclaws to run roughshod over the camp like this? What's House Redoran thinking? And what in the name of the three have they done with the Ashlanders? My brother often visited this camp. Took me along a couple of times. It used to be such a vibrant place, so full of life. I know House Redoran wants to expand along the western coast, but I never expected they'd set the Warclaws loose like this. If Ulran was here, he'd never stand for the Warclaws invading the camp. He told me the Ashlanders were the same as you and I. Different beliefs don't necessarily make people bad. We need to see if we can find out what happened here. I really want to help, but Naryu won't hear of it. We don't get our hands dirty unless there's a writ attached. She's so fond of reminding me. We'll hang around and wait for you to find something before we move in.
Freya, I don't think this is a good idea. We're trying to keep you out of House Redoran hands, remember?
You're not my parent, Naryu. I can take care of myself, even if the Mother of Blades doesn't think so.
Damn it, Freya! You know I hate that title.
If I'd realized how popular this camp was going to be with Outlanders, I would have moved the tribe ages ago. You don't appear to be one of the heretical invaders, but looks can be deceiving. What do you seek, stranger? Ah, Ulran the Exile. He disgraced his family and lost his status, but remained true to his heart. Ulran is here. He tried to stand against the Redorans, just as they detained me within this yurt. I assume they dragged him off to the mine, along with most of the tribe who refused to let those tribunal dogs walk all over us. Or should I say tribunal cats in this instance? Be wary. The mine will be as protected as the camp, maybe even more so. It's a small hole in the ground, but it served us well until the Redorans and their Warclaws arrived. Now they toss my people aside and lock the door. Warclaw Irgazar carries the key, but there is a spare in the supply yurt. Get the key to the mine from either the Warclaw's commander or the supply yurt, whichever suits your needs. Perhaps you'll find what you seek. To keep the head and the body separate. As long as I'm here, I can't offer my people hope or advice. And I certainly can't compel them to rebel against these invaders. I have no doubt. However, my place remains with my people, at least for now. The Warclaws have treated me well so far. They believe I can make their tails fall off if I so choose. Who am I to dissuade such creatures from their beliefs?
We're just going to burn them? Even the Redoran?
The captain called them traitors and savages. Said a good roasting was more than they deserved.
Intruders! War claws! Attack!
Down here! Come on! Wait. What's that smell?
Veya, stay back. You don't need to see this.
What happened here? Oh gods! They murdered these poor Ashlanders! Oh no! Ulran! Ulran! Wake up, please! You can't be dead. You just can't!
Veya shouldn't have had to see this. Even I'm finding it hard to believe that the mercenaries would slaughter these Ashlanders for no reason. Not to mention the son of a house counselor. Doesn't make any sense. I suppose anything could happen in the heat of the moment. But to kill a Redoran, even an exiled one, that's presumptuous even for the war clause. I wonder if Eris knows about this. I'm not sure how Veya's going to get her answers now. I've seen these before. They use them in Eastmarch to record and send important messages. They're expensive and as rare as a sober Nord, but Ulran was always attracted to the contrivances of other cultures. Shall we see what it has to say?
If you're listening to my voice, know that my time is short, and what I have to say is important.
Brother, is that you?
Everything that happened was a deliberate act to discredit me. I need to report the events so my sister can learn the truth about her brother. You have to understand, I don't share my house's hatred and distrust of Ashlanders. So, during my normal patrol, when I heard that Ashlanders had come to Balmora and were causing trouble, I was dubious to say the least. I arrived to find one of my soldiers arguing with the Ashlanders. He spat at them, called them savages. When one of the Ashlanders objected, my soldier drew his sword. Before I could intervene, my soldier's blade struck him down. I ordered the soldier to stand down, but he ignored me and stepped toward the second Ashlander. I killed my own soldier. I had to. Before I knew it, I was dragged before the Redoran Council and exiled. I never even got to say farewell to my sister. I believe I was set up for this fall, but I don't know by who. I came to this camp for shelter, but House Redoran's reach grows ever longer. Now Captain Briven's here. I'm going to talk to them, just in case I made this stone for my sister Veya.
Ulran! Damn it!
I agree with Ulran's assessment.
Now?
I agree with Ulran's assessment. Certainly sounds like someone led him into a situation guaranteed to make him fail. I can't believe he put this burden on Vea, though. What was Ulran thinking? I didn't say that. I'm just not sure how to proceed. We're entering dangerous waters here, going up against House Redrin, and we don't even have a writ to protect us. I'm going to take Vea and head back to our safe house in Balmora. They found our cave, but the abandoned basement is still secure. After that, I'm not sure. The Morag Tong has rules. If I break them, I'll have to deal with the consequences. We can't just kill with wild abandon. We follow a code. We only execute those whose names appear on sanctioned writs. If we kill respectable citizens without a writ, that's just murder. So, without proof and a proper writ, my hands are tied. You do that, but be careful. We're not sure who in House Redrin is involved, and I'd rather not see you wind up like these poor Ashlanders. Bea and I still need your help to get to the bottom of all of this. We'll see you in Balmora, Hera.
And so the Outlander returns, as we discussed in the swamp. I expected you to return with Vaya, or present me with a time and place for us to meet. Tell me, Outlander, complication? What kind of complication? I ordered my soldiers to stand down and let you do things your way. No, that's not possible. My son was banished, ordered to leave Vvardenfell and never return. Why would he disobey me and go to those Vaya was with you? And you left her out there? By the three, everything is unraveling no matter how hard I try to maintain control. I need you to do something else for me, if you would. Tell my daughter I'm sorry. Tell her she needs to stay away until I can calm things down. I don't want to see anything happen to her. Promise me. And take this. Consider it payment for your effort. If you'll excuse me, I need some time to consider everything you've told me. Once I determine the best way to proceed, I'll contact you. In the meantime, make sure Vaya stays away from Balmora and House Redoran. It was never meant to be an attack. I sent Captain Briven to clear land that already belonged to House Redoran. The Ashlanders were given an opportunity to depart. The situation didn't have to turn violent. House Redoran has been slowly expanding in that direction for years. We claimed that area almost a year ago, but we were forced to temporarily abandon it when a massive ash storm hit. Before we could return, the Ashlanders moved in. Redoran depends on that land for hunting and resources. The Ashlanders are like a plague of insects. They sweep into an area, take everything, and move on. We couldn't allow them to do that here. So, I sent Captain Briven to convince them otherwise. The captain serves House Redoran with honor and dedication. He's out doing his job. If Briven had anything to do with my son's death, he would have reported it to me. I'll speak to Briven when he returns. But understand, the captain operated under my orders. He's an exemplary soldier and an upstanding member of the House. Like me, everything he does is for the betterment of House Redoran.
Outlander, over here! Now you told me what you found in the Ashlander mine. I can't imagine what Vaya must be going through right now, but she shouldn't be alone. That's why I came looking for you. Nayu has responsibilities to tend to. Morag Tong responsibilities. Understand? She left me to keep Vaya company, but I'm not very good at spouting words of comfort and solace. Unless I can kill something, I'm very good at that. You do understand. And now you implied you're as dense as the ash storms coming off Red Mountain. Good to know even the Mother of Blades can be wrong. Veya's upset, and not just about her brother. She wanted to go with Naryu. One other thing, Naryu's job concerns House Redoran. That's why she didn't want Veya to accompany her on this one. Veya's grief-stricken, angry, and ready to lash out at anyone and anything, so keep your head low. And I have experience getting on a lot of people's bad sides. Women, especially, find me exasperating. Irresistible, but exasperating. It's a gift. Something about who Naryu's target is. Thinks the target may know something about what happened to her brother. Look, I'm not even sure how Veya found out who Naryu's target is, and I don't want to know. Just go and talk to her, please. Carefully, and with your hands empty and clearly visible. She's in the safe house beneath Balmora, or at least that's where I left her. But I didn't lock the door, so I suppose she could be anywhere by now. Something about who Naryu's target is.
Get out of here, Ashur. I don't need a nursemaid no matter what Naryu might... Oh, it's you. Did Ashur send you to check up on me? I swear, the next person that treats me like a child is gonna find my dagger in their stomach. Gods, I'm not mad at you. I'm just annoyed at everybody right now. No, I don't think so. It's just been difficult. Finding poor Ulran in the Ashlander camp. I need to be doing something. Sitting down here in the dark, hiding, that's not going to solve anything. I know, but Naryu's writ. It involves a Redoran counselor. Exactly the opportunity I've been waiting for. The counselor knows who set up my brother. We need to talk to her before Naryu executes the writ. Do this? Well, Naryu wouldn't tell me any specifics, but she trained me well. It wasn't hard to sneak a glance at the writ before she took off. Her target's at Arenum Manor, out in the swamp. Not far from that smelly cave, actually. I appreciate you agreeing to see what you can learn at Arenum Manor. My father used to say it was used by counselors as a retreat, but Mother always told me it was where they conducted business that required a certain degree of privacy. That's all I've been doing, thinking. And I think Ulran was right. I think someone wanted him out of the way, and they orchestrated the event with the Ashlanders to do it. Someone played my brother for a fool, and it cost him his life. Brivon's as stubborn as my father when it comes to following the rules and regulations of House Redoran. Ulran and Brivon were best friends, even if they argued from time to time. Politics, foreign relations, the Ashlanders, you name an issue, and Ulran and Brivon were probably on opposite sides of the argument. It got to the point where I had to ignore both of them or they'd drive me insane. You did? How did he take it? I mean, he didn't know that my brother was dead. Really? I suppose that makes sense. I think he loves us, in his own way. But what else did he say? Did he know that Ulran had been banished? He didn't expect... My father doesn't know his children as well as he thinks. Either of them. That's why I had to get away. Join the Morag Tong. At least Naryu understands me. I can't agree to that. I need to figure out what happened to my brother, who was involved, and then I'm going to make them pay. Just you watch.
I expected you hours ago, hero. It's not polite to keep an... I was wondering how long it was going to take Vaya to convince you to follow me. But she thought I didn't notice when she glanced at my writ, didn't she? Where is my overly curious apprentice, by the way? I know Vaya wants answers, but this is my job. There are rules, especially where the lords of the great houses are concerned. There might be a way to deal with this, though, provided you're willing to help. First, don't kill any veterans. That's a violation of my writ and could have serious consequences for both of us. Second, you sneak around and search for anything that pertains to Aura. We need to be invisible. These things work best when no one but the target knows we're there. If you get spotted, it's unusual, but not unheard of. True, most writs taken out against the houses target low to mid-ranking officials. The Grand Master is cautious when it comes to accepting such a high-profile writ. Apparently, though, this target has been very bad. Councillor Dovera has been conspiring with House Drez to promote the slave trade and avoid scrutiny by Redrin and Pact officials. She played a dangerous but profitable game, and her coffers were overflowing. I'm not privy to the laborious investigations that took place. In cases like these, though, the target usually becomes complacent and lets her guard down. She made a mess. Now I get to clean it up, for the good of Dunmer society. That's the question, isn't it? It nags at us the way the torchbug nags at the brave little scrib in those children's stories. Once we discover who Ulron's torchbug is, we'll have a clearer understanding of why they set him up and why he had to die. I'm not saying that. Accidents happen. But they certainly made sure Ulron was in the wrong place at the wrong time, both in Balmora and again in the Ashlander camp. In addition to whatever you can find here, Riven's name keeps coming up. At the very least, he was Ulron's best friend once. He might be able to shed some light on Ulron and what happened to cause his exile. And I really want to know what took place after Ulron left us that message. Vaya's my apprentice, and I'll decide when she's ready to take on a mission. She's been through a lot, and her actions reflect on me and my status in the Morag Tong. She may not appreciate it right now, but I'm trying to keep the both of us on track. That's how it works. Her actions are my actions. Vaya goes out and executes 3 writs. I share the credit and get praised for training my apprentice. On the other hand, if she kills someone without a writ, the Morag Tong takes both our heads. There have to be. My order came this close to being eliminated. It's only recently that we've started to make a comeback, and only in Dunmer territory. If we can't control the actions of our members, we'll be hunted down and destroyed.
Brings bad luck.
The front door's guarded like a bank vault. Maybe there's another way in through one of the buildings by the docks. This looks promising. Might even lead to the wine cellars. I could use a good bottle of wine.
What is that terrible smell?
See what you can find pertaining to Uran. I've got a dagger and a writ with Councillor Dolvara's name on them.
I seem to be making a lot of enemies lately.
I never said.
If we don't find anything, maybe we can ask for an invitation to the upcoming council meeting. I'm sure they'd be happy to answer our questions. Go around killing Redrin soldiers. My reputation's on the line here. So House Redrin issued an advisory against the Morag Tong. That rather good that's going to do the council. hoping for a quick stab and go, but it seems the Counselor might actually know something about Ulron. So, Counselor... 9 times. Be quick with your questions, hero. When I slip in, so do my daggers.
Ah, you must be here about those pesky patrol schedules. After all that clandestine correspondence, it's a pleasure to finally meet you in person. Now, come closer so we can celebrate our partnership in a proper fashion. Well, look at you. I'm impressed. The last person House Drez sent over was so much more... scruffy. I have a meeting with House Halalu shortly, but I think I can spare a few more moments for you. To seal our partnership, you understand. The noble's banished son? Why does House Drez care about that? Never mind. Anything so we can get to the good stuff. Ulron was tested and found wanting. Chose the life of a savage over his own soldier. We stripped him of his rank and exiled him. Ulron's dead. I hadn't heard. As to who was behind the test of Ulron's loyalty, what does that matter? He failed and paid the price for his poor choices. What does all this have to do with our arrangement?
You aren't clever enough, or pretty enough, to avoid what's about to happen, Dolvra.
What's the meaning of this? Who are you people?
I'm a Morag Tong with a writ that says you're a criminal and a traitor. That means I get to end your miserable existence. Take another look around, hero, and see if you can find anything else related to Ulron. More proof that Dolvra was in bed with both House Halalu and House Drez. That's Captain Briven's seal. I suppose our evil counselor courted favor wherever she could find it. The good Captain Briven appears to be more involved in Ulron's fate than I had imagined. He never struck me as the type to use murder and deceit to get ahead, but that's the problem with greed. It causes decent people to make stupid choices. Or he's trying to hide something. The letter mentioned an intact squad sent to scout the old fort. You need to get out there and see what those soldiers know before Briven gives them new orders and they disappear. If you can slip into town, sure, Thea should be told. But you didn't take my advice. You killed veteran soldiers. That's your trouble to deal with. I need to present my... Someone actually escaped from the Lightless Oubliette?
Halt! If I had a gold piece for every lowlife I had to deal with, I'd be rich. Oh, fine. Now get your stink away from me.
back again. Took your sweet time. You didn't learn anything, did you? What good is that going to do? They won't speak to us. House before family and all that. Believe me, I'm more than familiar with Redarin honor. Still, I suppose I know a few ways to get people to talk. More rules. I thought we were beyond those kinds of limitations. Look, I need to figure out who's responsible for Oren's death. House councillors, Redarin soldiers, Ashlanders. Riven was Oren's best friend. Would he really betray my brother? Regardless, I want you to have this. You could have handed me to my father and you didn't. Other than Naryu and Ashur. So which soldiers are we talking about? I know most of the people my brother used to work with. Eyewitnesses are better than notes in the house registry, provided I can actually get them to talk to me. There's no time to waste. That fort's near the cave where I was hiding. Last time I was there, the fort was crawling with cultists. We need to find them before Vatala and his soldiers wind up. We'll get Vatala and his soldiers killed. I know the process. Turning in a writ can take hours, maybe even an entire day. I'll leave Naryu a note. She can meet us at the fort. I'm going. Either come with me or get out of my way. Let me gather my gear and write a note for Naryu. I'll meet you near the Hlormaran stronghold. The more I think about it, the more convinced I am that we'll learn who's responsible for Oren's death soon. Then blood will flow. As far as I'm concerned, rules got my brother killed. They don't apply to me anymore. Besides, to find the soldiers, we're probably going to have to carve a path through those cultists. The Morag Tang won't care about that. That's what the handbook says. Look, I know what Naryu's done for me. To keep me safe, I appreciate that. But this is about what they did to my brother. Nothing else matters. No, never. You and Naryu aren't my enemies. I just need to get justice for Ulran. Otherwise his death will be the first of many. We have to be able to resist laws that make no sense or get people hurt, without being afraid of getting exiled. I know Vatala. He's a typical Redarin soldier, loyal to a fault, always spouting nonsense about house and honor above all. He was devoted to my brother, though. Ulran considered him to be one of his best. Ulran had a habit of putting the needs of others ahead of his own. He probably told Vatala and his soldiers to remain quiet. Decided to take responsibility and save them any heartache. I hope these soldiers remember that when we find them. Let me gather my gear.
How may I? have need of a...
You're here, I'm here, the damn cultists are here. You know who isn't here? Vatala and his squad. They're probably hiding. Or dead. Nariu's probably busy clearing her writ, and we don't have time to wait. This opportunity to learn more about what happened to Olran won't last much longer. We need to find that squad of soldiers. Fine. You wait for Nariu. I'm going to go and find those soldiers. Their orders were to scout the old stronghold. I suggest we search along the outskirts and see if we can pick up their trail. A Redoran officer's sword. No Redoran soldier would leave that behind willingly.
Will figure something out. She always does.
A bedroll, still wrapped and ready to use. Standard issue for a Redoran soldier. Corporal Darvel. I knew him. But the others, they're civilians. They must have taken Tellen's soldiers inside.
I need healing! Move, now! Healer!
There we go. Let's get inside and find the others before it's too late.
Ah, another sacrifice.
Let's find the soldiers and get out of here before these stupid cultists realize what's happening.
Who's that? We won't let you take us without a fight. Wait, Faye, is that you?
Thank the three! You're all still alive!
I'm not sure what you and Vare are doing here, but let us out. Then we can return Vare to her father. Councillor Eris has been terribly worried since she disappeared. This isn't the time or the place to have that discussion. Get the key to this cage and then we can find a private place to talk. One of the cultists carries the key. I don't think he's too far away. We hear him patrolling around every so often. Free us, and I'll tell you whatever you want to know. You have my word as a Redoran and as an officer.
You find the key. Me and Vatala. We're going to have a little chat while we're waiting.
Did you bail? I'm just trying to protect you.
From what? The truth? Oh, please. I want to know who did this to my brother.
Ah, another sacrifice for the Prince of Bargains. Freya, wait! You can't leave us like this! I knew I shouldn't have told Vare the truth. I just made everything worse. Please let us out of here. We have to stop Vare before she does. I told her what she wanted to hear. I was with Captain Ulran the day everything happened. I was commanded to lure the Ashlanders to town and set up a situation for Ulran to deal with. My orders were to invite the Ashlanders to Balmora to trade, send some local toughs to instigate a commotion, and then get Ulran to investigate. It was just supposed to be a loyalty test. Who expected Ulran to kill his own soldier to save a savage? Captain Briven, though he was still a lieutenant at the time. As soon as I explained all this to Vea, her face turned dark and she stormed out of here. I think she's going to Balmora to kill him. How dare you! When House Redoran hears about this, you're going to regret your actions.
To know who fell asleep and let those filthy Ashlanders in here.
It's over here, hero. We've got a situation. I leave you and Vaya alone for a couple of hours, and everything goes to oblivion in an ore cart. Why did Vaya leave the safe house? And why is House Redoran tearing the city apart to find her? You did what? I suppose you thought that was a good idea? Well, the damage is done. At least tell me you found something to make this... That explains why Vaya broke into the kin house. I'm not sure what happened in there, but she certainly stirred up the Redoran soldiers. Vaya might still be inside. Or she might... If Vaya kills Briven without a writ, the Morog Tong and House Redoran will both want her head on a silver platter. You check the kin house. I'll grab Ashur and see if we can pick up Vaya's trail in the streets.
Yeah.
Scour the streets. Search the buildings. Vaya Releth does not leave this city.
Hope is there.
Cursed.
What's the meaning of this? Where are the soldiers? If you're looking for my husband, I'll tell you the same thing that I told that brazen young woman. The council is meeting outside Balmora, and Briven is protecting the councillors. Now, if you don't mind, I could barely make sense of the nonsense she was spouting. It was Vaya, Councillor Eris's daughter. Everything she said was a ramble. Something about my husband betraying her brother, that my Briven had to suffer just as she was suffering. She had a knife, but no, she didn't harm me. She said her brother wouldn't hurt an innocent, that I wasn't responsible for his death. Do you have any idea what she was talking about? Because I said you shouldn't get involved. That young woman will hasten her own death if she thinks she can get past my husband and his soldiers. But if you insist, the meeting is taking place at the garrison north of Bol. Dead soldiers? They were just protecting the kin house. I'll go stay with my sister in Vivek. Griffin is the finest soldier I know. He'll set Vaya straight. I'm sure of it.
This is just awful.
Please tell me you found Vaya. I can already feel the cold steel of the executioner's blade on the back of my neck. Is Vaya trying to get herself killed? You can't just barge into a Redoran garrison and ask the soldiers to stand aside while you murder their captain. We have to get to her before she gets to Briven. She murdered soldiers without a writ. This is a dark path she's decided to follow. And unless we play this just right, it's not going to end well for any of us. Let's find Vaya and put a stop to this. We can deal with any consequences after that.
What is with all the Redoran soldiers? Did something happen?
I wonder if it has something to do...
Guard every exit. If Vaya tries to get into or out of the city, we'll find her.
Take care of yourself.
I don't like the looks of this. Brivin is using war claws to patrol the garrison instead of veteran soldiers. Either House forces are stretched thinner than I thought, or Brivin wants to justify the use of mercenaries to the Council. Maybe nothing, maybe everything. We know Ulron refused to employ mercenaries. He hated counting on thugs to do the right thing. I expect the Veteran Council feels the same. Maybe Brivin's trying to show them what the War Claws can do. The War Claws may be a blessing in disguise. I can explain killing these bastards a lot easier than trying to wipe Redoran blood off my hands. Let's go stop Veya. I'm ready. There's no stealthy way to approach this. The front door's our only option. Then we track down Brivin, find...
Yesterday, take up too much of today.
Glad to see we all made it. Now let's find Brivin before Veya skewers him. Like many Redoran structures, this place is huge and designed to serve a multitude of purposes. We're going to need to split up to cover it all. We must find Brivin and keep him alive until I can talk some sense into my damn apprentice. He's going to be as mad as a bullnetch and twice as ugly, provided we can actually convince him we're here to save his sorry hide, and that we're not part of a plot to kill him and the counselors. Just another day at the fair, right, hero?
Captain Brivin is on his way. Soon we'll have a permanent job in House Redoran, yes? Kill the intruders. They have interfered for the last time.
Bathe me!
What's going on down here? It sounds like a... You! What are you doing here? Explain yourself! What in the name of the three are you up to? I thought you worked for Councillor Eris. You better have a damn good reason for killing the mercenary leader. I ought to sound the alarm and let her warriors deal with the likes of... Vaya? She's barely out from under her mother's apron and she presumes to judge my actions? No matter. Whatever your motives, nothing justifies the blatant killing of Ferhara and her mercenaries. Councillor Eris can't protect you this time, Outlander. Ah, now everything becomes clear. Vaya learned something of her brother's fate and wants to retaliate. Then let her come. But know this, I merely set the events in motion. I didn't conceive the plan. You're looking for the responsible party. Then look no further than Councillor Eris. He wanted to prove his son's loyalty to the House, to show that Oren's fascination with the savage Ashlanders hadn't corrupted him. Well, look how that turned out. A test Oren failed. Eris was devastated when his son sided with the savages, and his daughter ran away. He decided to resign his position. He'll make the announcement today. Eris hopes to restore his family.
That's for Oren. Choke on your own blood, you bastard. My father, the entire council, they're all guilty. They all have to die. I have to do this, so stay out of my way.
Vaya actually did it. She killed Vaya killed Briven. Without a writ. It was pure, focused rage. I never expected her to go through with it. If Vaya doesn't get herself killed up there, the Morag Tong will hunt her down and execute her, like a rabid gua. Her and me. I'm not sure they deserve to be saved, but that's what we have to do. Vaya can't be allowed to kill the councillors. We have to stop her. It's more than me and Vaya's lives on the line. Something like this could destroy the Morag Tong. The Morag Tong only recently began to find acceptance again. Vaya's actions don't just reflect badly on me. They could be used to force us back into the shadows, maybe even disband us all together. We're both going to have to answer for this. We have to get ahead of her. Cut her off. There's a door on the main floor, near the kitchens, that should allow us to come at the council meeting from another direction. I was able to get it open when I was scouting around up there. Nothing's more important than reaching the council meeting. If the mercenaries get in our way, cut them down. No more time.
panic.
No need to panic. She's cut down every mercenary in her way. Her father won't be able to stop her.
Vaya's getting close. We're running out of time.
Heal me!
Let me try to open this door.
Vaya, daughter. I'm so sorry. I never meant for any of this to happen.
Come on, stubborn, stupid luck.
Father, why? Does the house really matter more than your own son?
I needed to protect Ulron, to prove his loyalty. If I could do it all over again.
But you can't. None of us can. That's why I have to do this.
That's an order.
I'm not your apprentice anymore. The house has grown corrupt, evil. That's why all the councillors have to die. No more rules! No more secrets! House Redoran falls today!
Enough, Vaya! This isn't the way! Vaya's down. It's over.
So much bloodshed. So much needless death. If only Eris would have listened. Outlander, we should speak. I think we can help one another. The Morag Tong agent. She cares deeply for Vaya, doesn't she? It takes great courage to go against your heart and do what you know is best. You both did that by protecting the Council. For that, you have my thanks. A series of regrettable decisions led to this family tragedy, and most of them were made by Eris Relith. I knew of Ulron's compassion concerning the Ashlanders. It was unorthodox, but not worthy of the punishment meted out. Eris was wrong. Eris convinced Briven to test Ulron. Then the two of them decided to slaughter the Ashlanders. Oh, the Council allowed itself to be convinced that exile was an appropriate punishment, but we were wrong to let it go as far as it did. I didn't say that, but we're not butchers. We do not hire mercenary thugs to wipe out an entire people. This gathering was to deal with that. Eris planned to step down, and we were going to demote Briven for the part he played. House Redoran behaved poorly. Morag Tong rules were violated. I suggest we make sure these details never see the light of day. Leave the bodies where they are. We will say that Vaya died protecting her father and the Council from the War Claws. Cooperate with House Redoran and hold your tongues. It's as simple as that. I shall return to the Council meeting and conclude our business. When we're finished, I expect you and Naryu to both be gone. That is all, Outlander.
I'm not sure about this. It's a generous offer, but those are some big secrets to sweep under a rug. Besides, Vaya isn't dead. At least not yet. She's still breathing. The High Counselor thinks we killed her. The deal hinges upon all of us forgetting this sorry mess ever happened. Besides, once Vea regains her senses, there's every likelihood that she'll try to kill the counselors again. When have I ever been able to convince Vea to do anything she didn't want to do? There's Redoran blood on Vea's hands. Once the Morag tongue ties those unauthorized murders to her, she's as good as dead anyway, and, more than likely, so am I. I don't see many options. We can either finish off Vea now, and go along with the High Counselor's deception, or we slip out of here with Vea and send her far, far away. She broke her vows and deserves to die. I know that. But it still feels wrong. You're right. If anyone's to blame for all this, it's me. I wasn't a good enough mentor. If for no other reason, Vea deserves a second chance. Look, you need to leave. We'll meet back in Volmara. And Hero. Thanks. Go on. I'll get her out of here before the Council notices and meet you in Volmara.
This one is not superstitious. That brings bad luck. Yeah!
How many times have I told you not to stick your blade in your apprentices, Nayu? She'll live, but she can't stay here. Not after what she's done.
I've got that covered. Vea won't be staying in Vvardenfell. Ashur did an outstanding job. For an assassin, he's got a gift for the healing arts. Vea's going to live. Now I just have to convince her to listen to me this time. And as far as she knows, she did. Now Vea needs to disappear. Otherwise, both Redrin and the Morag tongue will go after her. Believe me, nobody survives that kind of attention. Vea didn't ask for everything that happened. She only wanted justice. I've arranged for a ship captain I know to meet us in Vivec City. From there, Vea will sail to Somerset and rendezvous with an associate of mine. He's kind of furry and a bit of an arse, but he's good people. He'll take care of Vea. As long as everyone sticks to the bargain, I go about my usual business. A writ here, a nice bath there, maybe a few intimate encounters along the way to relieve the tension, you understand. I just hope Vea's good with all this. Always, hero. Oh, hey, I want you to have this. Something to remember me by until we meet again. I hope you don't leave here with the impression that all dark elves are conniving dirtbags. Some of us are also kind of sexy. Like me, for instance.
Mario... What happened?
Quiet, Vea. Rest now. We can talk later.
It's moving!
What happened here? Oh, by the three, Lord Vivek looks terrible. Where's Archcanon Tarvus? He always seems to know what to do in situations like this. Barbas? The Daedric Hound? Wait, I don't understand any of this. But if Lord Vivek's energy has been depleted, then the moonlit... Red Mountain... My gods! If only there was a way to give Lord Vivek some energy... Wait! That's it! A blessing stone! Find the Overseer and retrieve another stone from the construction site. Oh, please, hurry. I expect the Overseer's near the unfinished cantons, watching out for looters. When people panic, they're capable of anything. And with all the chaos going on outside, the Overseer closed the construction site. Get her key and bring back a stone. A few moments ago, Red Mountain erupted and the moonlit above the city dropped dangerously low in the sky. I assume that was when Lord Vivek's energy was depleted. If we don't find a way to restore some of his power, and soon, Vvardenfell is doomed. I'm not sure, but our first priority must be to restore some of the Lord Vivek's energy. After that, he can tell us what we need to do next. Did Barbas give any indication as to why he did this to Lord Vivek? Sothasir's private domain. It said that the place holds the secret to remaking Nirn. I suppose that would interest Barbas and his master, Clavicus Vile. But Clockwork City can wait. The moonlit hanging above us, not so much. Someone has to take care of Lord Vivek. I'll make the preparations necessary to return the power and the Blessing Stone to him. I'm really operating above my station here. I'm not the Archcanon, after all. Then again, neither was Tavis, I suppose. A few moments ago, Red Mountain erupted and the moonlit above the city dropped dangerously low in the sky. I assume that was when Lord Vivek's energy was depleted. If we don't find a way to restore some of his power, and soon, Vvardenfell is doomed.
My wife decides to run out and chase some damned looters in the middle of a disaster. Who does that sort of thing? You'd think Lord Vivek's overseer would have a clearer head. She ran into the unfinished cantons. She's been beating herself up over the fact that they're behind schedule, but she won't do anyone any good if she gets herself killed. My wife's tough as nails.
We barely got out of there alive. I can't believe the Overseer's still in there. What's she going to do when the Canton sinks into the bay? Yes, the Overseer ran in there when she saw the looters. We tried to follow, but then the moonlit began raining fire, ash, and chunks of rock. Last I saw, she was chasing the looters into the fog. Greed is a powerful motivator. We left tools and materials just sitting around, unprotected, when the priests ordered everyone to get off the streets. Looters happily risk their lives if there's a profit to be made.
Stand still, you damned looter!
To flank!
No one steals from Lord Vivek. Another looter. Want a taste of my steel too? No, wait. I remember you. You borrowed one of our blessing stones. Well, the Archcanon returned it after Lord Vivek was finished with it, so no need to fret about... That's impossible! We installed the blessing stone back in its canton and finished construction on that section a short time ago. Wait a moment. Does this have something to do with the chunks of rock raining down on the city? I suppose you're in luck then. We happen to have another blessing stone. It's at the third canton. Here. This key will open the door to that portion of the construction site. Just watch out for more looters. Verona? Was she still angry with me? No, you don't have to answer that. I know my wife. I'll head back and let her know I'm all right.
Mountain. It's erupting.
Lord Vivek, save me! You've returned. It sounds like the city is falling apart out there, so there isn't much time. Were you able to get another blessing stone? We need to restore some of Lord Vivek's energy before the moonlit... Perfect! I can feel Lord Vivek's essence inside it. I hope I remember how to do this. You'd better stand back. Hang on, Lord Vivek.
Sweet energy, like a sip of water for a thirsty man.
Oh, thank the three. Lord Vivek looks better already. Of course, the Blessing Stone is only a temporary measure. We still need to determine what to do about Barbas and the stolen energy. As Lord Vivek has written, the bravest heart never falters. You are truly Vivek's champion. I didn't know if the Blessing Stone was going to work, but I appreciate your help. Now go and talk to Lord Vivek. I'm sure he has a plan to share with them.
Outlander, my time grows short. Clarity emerges, like sunlight breaking through the clouds. Barbas must have replaced the archcannon weeks ago. All to set the wheels in motion to steal my divine energy. Every move has a purpose. Stealing my energy sowed discord and disaster throughout the land, and ultimately revealed the location of the Clockwork City. If Barbas and his master can bypass the wards, and Clavicus Vile distracted me, weakened me, all to locate the Clockwork City. Perhaps we require a Daedra. To fight a Daedra. Azura's champion, Saren, in Archcannon's office. Seek guidance from her patron.
Outlander, over here. I've been trying to find something that makes sense of all.
Mortal, the Lady of Twilight has words for you. So Vivek deigns to ask for help? I foresaw such an event, but scarcely believed it. Listen well, for if you continue to perform flawlessly, we might yet thwart the efforts of Clavicus Vile and his hound, Barbas. Just as I anticipated, the mysteries reveal that Barbas seeks to enter the Clockwork City. So far, the sealed wards have impeded him, but the Hound has Sunra. You must beat him to the prize, the reservoir that holds Vivek's stolen energy. Such knowledge has been hidden even from me, mortal. But I know someone who can provide you with the means to travel to Sotha Seal's creation. Stand back, and I shall summon the Mage of Cogs and Gears.
Interesting. That shouldn't have happened. Now, where in oblivion am I?
Mage, this mortal speaks with the authority of the Mother's soul.
Interesting. Summoned by a Daedric prince and her mortal mouthpiece. I was right in the middle of a crucial experiment. But I suppose I can spare a few clicks of the cogs for Azura and my erstwhile assistant. So, did you break the tonal inverter? No, not going to happen. No offense to the Lady of Twilight, but Sotha Seal was quite adamant about keeping the place hidden and warded against the Daedra. Wait. Pistons fall into place. This concerns Sunara and Lord Vivek, I presume. Barbas, another Daedra. Thinking. So the Seal's forgotten tools modified to steal Vivek's energy, which in turn energized the Clockwork City. Lit it up like the top of Red Mountain. Even Vile's dog would be able to see that. What is Barbas after? Wait. Gears click into place. The reservoir! You need to reach the reservoir that contains Vivek's stolen energy before Barbas. I can get us to the entrance in Set's vault, beneath the Mournhold Temple. You'll need my help. I know the city almost as well as Sotha Seal. Follow me. I think the Hound used Sunara to get inside. We have to hurry. Daedra! Vile creatures of chaos. Deal with them, please. Wait! Agitated one of the Guardians. Over here! Don't let the Hound see you!
Oh! My favorite dupe has finally arrived!
You can talk to the Daedric dog if you want, then follow me to the maintenance junction. should take care of the defenses. At least, I disabled most of the defenses in this section, but Sotha Seal installed numerous safeguards. I advise caution just in case. Barbas is ahead of us, but I know many paths through the city. With my help, the probability calculates in your favor, but you must keep moving. The hound won't dawdle, unless he comes upon an interesting smell, or a tree. Since we know Barbas's ultimate destination, I can open routes he can. Only one logical place. To the atelier where Sotha Seal conducted his study of divine energy. Sunara would have sent the stolen power there. It's not far. What Barbas and his master want with Vivek's energy, though, remains unclear. Most of them. Might be a random contraption or a wandering factotum still out there. And if Barbas smuggles in more Daedra, the other defenses will become active. Clear the path while I...
Never get past the gate while the factotum's protected.
The hound is right. Disable the factotums and the gate couplings.
All done. Let's run. No one ever catches the hound.
I can use these controls. Follow Barbas.
You are persistent, I'll give you that. Looks like you need more stopping.
Tricks. No matter. There's another path back the other way.
What's your head? Look, Master! The Vex toy found a way through just like you said! But Barbas has Sunara! What does Vivek's toy have?
Vivek's toy has me, you annoying creature. This way.
Master, I'm close to our goal! With Vivek's energy, I can open a portal and...
Pray this works, my hound, for you interfered with a plan that wasn't intended for the likes of you.
Fabricants, follow me. Beautiful, isn't it? One of Sotha Seal's favorite atelier. I think Barbas is already inside. That's the atelier behind me. Not only is this the workshop where Sotha Seal experimented with divine energy, it also houses one of the reservoirs that can be used to power the entire city. A reservoir currently filled with Vivek's energy. Almost certainly. Sunara led him right to it. It won't take the Hound long to figure out how to access Vivek's stolen energy. Then he'll try to open a portal for his master, Clavicus Vile. Maybe. Probably. It's a distinct possibility. Certainly the Hound and his master think so. Whether it will actually work or not, you have to go in there and stop him. The danger's too great to ignore. As I said, the atelier is the workshop where Sotha Seal used Sunara to experiment with his own divine energy. The reservoir located inside was specifically designed to contain such massive power. As far as workshops go, it's a... No, that's inadvisable. The atelier has defenses. You have no idea what it will do if it marks one of Sotha Seal's apprentices as an enemy. Neither do I. You go. I'll use the controls over there and help you.
You can't stop me if the defenses won't let you in.
Torsion clutch activated. Open that vault and destroy its defenses. controls responsive now. Open the north fort and destroy its defenses. Well done! The final clutch is active. Open it and enter the energy reservoir. Range fluctuations ahead. Barbas is manipulating the energy reservoir. Hurry!
I've turned this contrivance into a portal machine! Like my new armor? I wanted to wear something special when I kill you! Here, let me give you a taste of divine power! Master, the portal is almost ready! Vivek's energy was the key!
I can feel it! Klavika's file is almost here! Seize Sonara, then retrieve Lord Vivek's energy from the reservoir conduit. Lots of interference. Makes it difficult to lock onto a destination. I'll go ahead to stabilize the connection.
Such a good and faithful hound. You have done enough for now. So, you're the mortal who gave my poor dog so much trouble. I suppose we should have a chat.
you and I. How dare you discipline my dog? He was only trying to appease his master, and I'd never harm a hair on whatever insignificant creature you hold dear. You, on the other hand, require a lesson in manners. Indeed, what ambition! As you can see, Barbas isn't a bad dog. He does get easily excited and overzealous. He embellished my plans somewhat, but it all worked out in the end. And we found the Clockwork City. This little flea thinks it's smart, but my plans are beyond its comprehension. Still, by delaying the inevitable, you caused my associates and I some trouble. You'll stay here until you're no longer a threat. How does a few decades sound to you?
Master.
Quiet, dog! Haven't you... Wait. Who dares intrude upon my lesson?
Found you. Over here. Oh. Clavicus file. This isn't good. I lost you somewhere between the Clockwork City and Vivec. But it was simple enough to trace your energy signature to this Daedric shrine. Unfortunately, some power is interfering with my efforts to open a portal for you. That would be unfortunate for you. Luckily, you have me to assist you. Well, me and Sonora. Expend a small amount of Vivec's energy at the statue, and that should provide enough of a distraction for me to pull you out of there.
Begone, meddling wizard! That stings, little flea!
That actually worked. Well, glad to see you're still alive, Assistant.
Hurry, Outlander. Vivec is nearly spent.
My time draws to a close. Were you successful? So you retrieved my stolen energy. You stopped Barbas. Now, return what is rightfully, to quote my 75th exaltation. Certainty is the brother of fear. Nothing is certain. But I have confidence in you, in what you have done. Use the staff. Return my energy. Or not. Use Sunara. And restore my energy.
Praise Vivec, his energy is restored.
Remarkable. No Ordinator or Armiger could have done any better. You uncovered a Daedric spy in our midst, brought a living god back from the brink of death, and saved all of Vvardenfell. Well done, my friend. As my next sermon shall proclaim, modesty is the false cloak of a flatterer, or the sincere garment of the humble. Again, you have my gratitude, and that of all my people. Indeed,
Even those who rail against the Tribunal owe you their lives. You have done much for me and for Vvardenfell. But as the warrior says, do not think the battle is over when the enemy is dead. The hearts and minds of the people must also be won. I must ask you for one more service. Gratitude is its own reward, I once told the crowds in Ebonheart. But I found that some of my followers appreciate something more tangible. Help me reward those who aided in the saving of Vvardenfell, so we can reassure my people. To start, retrieve the Archcanon's signet from the Hall of Wisdom. It is time to appoint a new head priest. I shall gather my people and meet you at my statue on the central canton. It shall be a glorious ceremony, my friend. Rejoice. You cursed the darkness with good reason. Now praise the return of the light. The eyes and ears of the warrior poet returns. And just in time for the gathering crowd. Continue to guard it, for it represents not only my loyal servant Tarvus, but also the past and future of my priesthood. And take this as well, to aid you in your next task. You have been my eyes and ears in the world. Now be my hands. Within the modest sack resides gifts for my faithful servants. Blessings from me, though I would have you deliver them. You served me in adversity. Now join me in celebration. As I call forth my faithful, reach into the sack and give them the first thing you find. They shall hear my words of praise and gratitude, while it shall be your hand that rewards them. Are you ready, friend of Vivek? Overseer Shiralas, step forth. Overseer Shiralas, you sacrificed your blessing stones to aid the warrior poet. Well done. Take these recharged stones and finish building my city, after relaxing with your patient wife.
Thank you, Lord Vivek. I shall do as you ask.
Barrels up. Approach. Your knowledge of the mysteries of my brother Sotha Seal and the intricate twists and turns of portal magic were invaluable. Take this, and use it well to further your experiments.
Gemstones, filled with a tiny fraction of divine energy. Amazing and so very generous. With careful tuning, this could improve portal magic 100-fold. Thank you.
Canon Levoul, kneel before me.
Was that Did Lord Vivec summon me?
Archcanon Tarvas served us well until his death. But when I was most in need of assistance, Canon Levoul rose to the occasion. Now rise once more as Archcanon Levoul.
My lord, I'm not worthy. But I shall endeavor to become so. Thank you. And I can't wait to inform my ancestors.
In every poem, it's the last stanza that holds the most meaning. Once a stranger to our land, now a friend forever. Step forward. You come before me with an empty sack, but have no fear. As I have written, treat your enemies well, and your friends even better. Know that I consider you to be a very good friend. Will you accept the honor I am about to bestow upon you? Then let it be known that from this moment forth, you shall be called the Champion of Vivec. And along with my thanks, take this modest reward. I foresee even greater achievements in your future. But for now, be content to be the hero of Morrowind. Now go forth and rejoice.